open grand PSF is trending around the range of 1,003.
When we convert it to a 3 plus flexi, it's actually about 5.15 in terms of length.
Step 2, 3 and 21, they are 5 bedders. They face internally towards the pool.
Hi everyone, this is Jesley from PropertyLimBrothers. We're back again in the studio for another new launch review, and this time we are going to be really smart because we are going to NUS. Okay, we have over here Singapore's Science Park, and they are going to get their first residential project, which is called LyndenWoods. Some of the project facts, this particular project only has 2 different residential towers. That being said, would be 69 and 71. It's a 99-year lease from 2025, and then the expected TOP is going to be in 2029. There is a total of 343 units, so that's about the size, similar to Bloomsbury, which was just launched recently as well. And you have quite a number of car park lots, which is good because sometimes in such a commercial or such a big up-and-coming development, sometimes the car park lots to the residential units ratio may not be as ideal. But over here, they have 70% ratio, which means almost everyone gets a car park lot. The developer is by CapitaLand, one of the really renowned developer in Singapore, and the architect is from ADDP. So if you haven't really heard of them, every time I see this architect, I say, oh, there's going to be a beautiful mixture of greenery, landscaping, incorporated into their design. Alright, so first thing first, LyndenWoods apparently is it's a non-harmonization development. I'm not too sure why as well, but so all the square feet that we're going to share later, they are going to be inclusive of all the AC ledges. Yeah, so we are in this era which is a little bit confusing sometimes because, okay, this post-harmonization, this is non-harmonization. Post-harmonization means that you don't calculate the AC ledges. Then the non-harmonization would means that the AC ledges will be calculated in the total square feet that the consumer will be purchasing. Okay, so this is their site plan. You have 2 different towers over here. First glance is that there is no 1 bedder, if you realize. So the bedrooms type is actually starting from 2 bedroom all the way to 4 bedder onwards. If you just take a look at the unit mix out of 343 units, there are about close to 200 over, which are making up the 2-bedroom type. So for 2-bedder compact, you have a total of 137 units, and their size is going to start from 630 square feet. Not too bad, reasonable. Then the one with plus study is going to start from 850 square feet. 3-bedder wise is going to be from 1,000 square feet. Then again, if you realize most of the post-harmonization condos, if let's say they manage to have a 3-bedder compact, they usually would be able to squeeze in a 900 over square feet, maybe a 920, 945 square feet, such that it does not include the AC ledge. So this is inclusive of the AC ledge, just to be clear about this. And then they have a really interesting layout, which is a 3-bedroom plus guest premium. Later, I'll show you. I think the idea is great. There's a lot of flexibility such that if you want a bigger bedroom, they allow the flexibility for you to do so. The size is starting from 1,002 square feet. Last but not least, you have the 4-bedder premium, of which it starts from 1,006 square feet, and it comes with a private lift. Okay, so let's talk about the location-wise. If you take a look at this blue plot here, you realize there wasn't supposed to be any residential plot. But there are some changes because government master plan do have some changes every now and then. Apparently, this particular blue plot is now going to be orange plot. Okay, so there's some changes here and there, which is really lucrative because of the entire One North Kent Ridge area. Most of the development that is near the MRT station has been taken up by probably your hospitals, your HQs, your offices. There's very little land that's available for the government to build residential. So off and on, there may be new changes depending on the supply and the demand. Recently, Bloomsbury was just launched. Their location is over here. It's just right across the AYE. Okay, so just to show you a little bit of the location, this is the new launch that we're talking about here. This is LyndenWoods. Right opposite us, you have NUH, following which inside the entire pale yellow, this is the entire of NUS. So it's really as close as you can get to the school or the hospital already. In terms of rental demand, just close eyes, it will be quite hot. Okay. Then the recent new launch that was just launched recently was Bloomsbury. This is just right across AYE. Take-up rate, I think for now, still less than 50%. But mind you, the size-wise is a post-harmonization, which means that they do not include the AC ledges. Okay, let's take a look at the facility. Quite surprisingly that they managed to squeeze in a full facility for you. Meaning to say there is actually a tennis court. And it's not just a tennis court. They give you a, pickleball court. Wow, we have upgraded, guys. Badminton is no longer in trend. Now it's pickleball court. Okay. Not bad. But I mean, it's almost the same court size, right? You can still, do this either way. Either it's a badminton or a pickleball. That's good. There's a lot of thoughts into the whole design. We have a infinity lap pool, 50 meter over here, right at the center. This is where most of the cars are going to drive in, the Science Park Drive. And then right across, this is facing towards AYE. So just be aware of the entire plot and the orientation. Right in front is AYE, and then behind would be Science Park. Okay, so as usual, you have your gymnasium, there is barbecue pit, you have all the function rooms available, pretty much all in one. I'm actually quite surprised to see the picker pot right beside the tennis court. It's not easy to have two in one nowadays. I guess next time when it comes to saying a full condo facility, tennis court would no longer be the checklist. I think there would be one final checklist, which is the pickleball court. Okay, so in terms of the site plan, there are 3 different side gates for human to get into the condo. Number 1 will be by the main gate. This is also where the cars are going to come in and out from. Then there will be a ramp going down into the basement. The second and the third one, of course, is towards the Science Park area. That's number 2. And then number 2 over here. So you have in total 3 different access points for human. Alright, so these are some of the visuals that we are given. This is the infinity lap pool. You have a lounge. Really cool. I'm hoping that the view is going to be really like that. Later I'll show you the Google Earth. We are quite near to the forest, but not that near. So I'm not too sure whether do you really see all the greenery right outside at this place. You have your function rooms. There's a gym. Right, nowadays, full facility is not only just for human. It has to be, you have to account for the pets nowadays. Okay, the pet also need the facility. But later I will share with you one of a bonus feature about this particular location. Okay, you have your barbecue pavilion. Alright, so if you see this place, I'm not too sure whether you got scroll TikTok, scroll Facebook. But nowadays, I keep seeing this place. I didn't know that it was in Science Park. I didn't know where was it. Until I was given the chance to do a review, right? Let me show you the height. Genuine Science Park. I don't know got boys or not. But I was like, oh, wow, does this belong to Singapore? It looks so cool. So this entire place apparently is also pet friendly, which is good. You need to account for the humans and the pet nowadays. I thought it looks beautiful. It looks out of the world. It doesn't look like anywhere in Singapore. But I guess this high ceiling concept is getting more and more popular. I just came down from Punggol Coast Mall. The concept is pretty much the same. You have like huge pillar cascading all the way upwards, and then you have really tall and really high ceiling. Then the whole place just feels really grand. And then there is some other facilities. Okay, then you have sheltered linkway all the way to the MRT station. There's lots of F&B. Alright, so let's take a look at the project in real life, which is our Google Map. So if you just see here, this is Kent Ridge MRT station. Right beside it, you have NUH. And then further in down, that would be the entire of NUS. So JNU is right beside here. And then right beside it, this is LyndenWoods. Okay, so let's talk about the recent new launch, which is Bloomsbury Residences. The location-wise, even though it's like in the heart of the entire One North transformation, you don't see that it's walking distance to any MRT station. So when it comes down to the proximity of convenience and connectivity, we will feel that somewhere that is closer and walking distance to the MRT station would be a better demand in terms of rentability for your future tenants. Unless there is a shuttle bus or unless the particular tenant really work there. For example, maybe that particular office is at Mediapolis, then it will make a lot more sense for the consumer or for the tenants to stay at Bloomsbury Residences. Now, even before this Bloomsbury new launch, the previous one was the Hill at One North. So this is right smack in the middle of a few older new launch already, of which you have Blossom by the Park. There was One North Eden. So the Hill at One North is right behind NTU Alumni Club. This particular location, I would say, it's not bad. It's still walking distance to the MRT station. It's not that deep inside to somewhere that we call more ulu. Now, in terms of the pricing, let's just see the past transactions. Firstly, we have One North Eden, of which they already TOP in 2024. Price-wise, they are looking at 2002 to 2004. Okay, so this is their PSF right now. 700 over square feet, probably a two-bedder, is now transacting as a resale at close to $1.8 million. Then let's move to Bloomsbury, which is our latest new launch. Bloomsbury-wise is a post-harmonization, so we will reckon like 600 over square foot would be for a two-bedder. Two-bedder-wise, they are hitting a PSF of 2005 to 2006. That brings you to a quantum of $1.7 million. So just based on the quantum itself, you will feel like, hey, this new launch, not bad, because like this is supposed to be the new launch, but right price-wise, it should be the higher in terms of quantum. But because the size is slightly smaller, that's the beauty about post-harmonization. So, like I mentioned, a three-bedder for post-harmonization usually can hit around 900 over square feet. And that would bring you to 2005 in terms of PSF, and it brings us to a quantum less than $2.4 million, which is something that is readily accepted by Singapore market nowadays. If you look at Lentor, if you look at what is happening in Parktown, 2.4, 2.5 as a three-bedder, it's something that everyone can accept now. Then we have another resale, which is Momentum Park. So let me just show you where Momentum Park is. Now, down one exit before the AYE, that's where you can find Momentum Park. This is a huge mega development which TOP in 2023. You have 1,800 over units. Let's take a look at the performance right now. You still have quite a number of sub-sale. Let's see the three-bedder compact. PSF-wise is only at 2001. Which means that under $2 million, you can find a three-bedder in Momentum. Okay, the thing about Momentum is that location-wise is great. Once you exit out of the AYE, you get to the condo. But right opposite Momentum Park, you don't have MRT. There is no MRT station, but there is a shuttle service that I know. You're not close to the heart or like the main characters of the One North. Well, in other words, what I'm talking about is NUS, NUH, and all your grade A offices that are near the MRT station, because the tenant would like some connectivity and some convenience at the end of the day. Okay. So we are guessing that the PSF-wise, given by CapitaLand, maybe would hit around 2006 to 2008. which I was a little bit worried at the start because if you take a look at the size-wise, this is a non-harmonization development, which means let's say it's a 2,750 PSF for a 3-bedder. Because of the size of the 3-bedder, by right, a post-harmonization would be able to get you about 900 per square feet. But because it is non-harmonized, you need to calculate the AC. And if the PSF is supposed to be higher than Bloomsbury, given the location, given that it's a new launch, then for a 3-bedder compact, we might be looking at a quantum more than $2.5 million, close to $3 million. The quantum play would be something that consumer will need to worry about, because at the end of the day, we are all bounded by our affordability, not by the PSF, but by the overall quantum that we are able to loan. Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at how the developer has given us in terms of the units. So I don't have all the unit floor plans. I only have what they have available in their show flats, which are your 2-bedder, the more premium ones, essentially. 2-bedder plus study, you have your 3-bedder premium and 4-bedder premium. Okay, let's take a look at this 2-bedder floor plan. It's 850 square feet. It's a 2-bedder plus study. Good size. Just note that you have an AC latch to take into account. Okay, first of the plus point is that both your bathroom actually have windows here. It's not easy to get that because usually for a smaller unit type, 1-bedder, 2-bedder, developer have no choice but to put you in the middle of the stack such that there is no other opening to allow open ventilation for the bathroom, number one. Number two, the location of the study is really ideal because there is no structural wall here. Essentially, you can remove this such that you have perhaps a dry kitchen concept. You can, because the kitchen may not be big enough for people who cook, then you can have ideally a bar counter or like a dry kitchen, a mini pantry such that it elongates out into actual dining over here. Okay, next, if let's say that you are using this for your own stay and then you are a couple, got no kids, but you have a lot of things, then this can become a storeroom as well. Or draw a door. Right. Then this can become a store. Okay, if let's say that you don't need any store, but maybe you are like me, you have a lot of clothes, you got a lot of bags, there's not enough room in the room itself for you to put in, because sometimes this 2-panel, right, really not enough, right? Then you can actually extend your master bedroom such that this whole area is now your entire master bedroom. So there's a lot of ways that you can play with for this 2-bed plus study. I thought that this might be one of the best seller if, let's say, people are looking for own stay. If you just take a look at where are the 2-bedder plus study, according to the site plan, they are all in the corner units, which is why you have windows for your bathroom. Facing wise, you can have it like a double-edged sword. Sometimes people do prefer expressway facing because it could be potentially unblocked. You have a longer buffer before you meet another building in the way, if let's say you don't clear a certain height. So let me see. So this Kent Ridge, this is LyndenWoods. So if you see right now, the 2-bedders will be facing towards the AYE, of which right in front, there's practically nothing as of now. But let's take a look what the government has in mind for their plans. Okay, so it's zone blue. Maybe there's going to be a next office. I don't know, but it's subjected to detailed planning, which means that they haven't even planned yet, which means there is no plot ratio, which means that the plans might take a while before it formulates or before something concrete happens. For now, I would say the view would be amazing. On the contrary, you may need to experience some form of traffic noise. Last I went to Park Clementi's. So Park Clementi's also has the same problem because all of these are along the AYE facing. Okay, so last month, I was in and out of Park Clementi's a lot. For those units that are facing the AYE, it's inevitable that you will get some sort of traffic noise. But for Park Clementi's, they actually have dual road that has dual traffic. One of which is towards the exit at Clementi Avenue. The other one is the entire AYE. So depending on your facing, sometimes if you're way too close to the expressway, you might have like 2 platforms of volume coming into your face. But I kid you not, the view for looking across the expressway sometimes looks better than internal facing. Because internal facing, you just don't get to choose. You will definitely be looking directly into your neighboring towers. So that is something for you to explore. Yeah, so if let's say you want to know like, how good or how bad or how high or how soft the noise is, there are a few projects that you can go and explore. Number 1 will be Normanton Park. Number 2 will be Park Clementes. Number 3 will be Claiborne. And then you have the Clement Canopy. That would be the kind of traffic noise you should be expecting. Alright? Okay, let's take a look at the next unit, which is the 3-bedder premium. So for this size, it's standing at 1,002 square feet onwards. 1,002. The layout is very different from how we would usually see in a 3-bedder condo type. Because usually for a 3-bedder layout, most of the bedrooms will be tucked on one side. They should all have the same facing somewhat or the other. But over here, you see that 2 of the bedrooms are facing the same as your balcony. And then you have another bedroom that is essentially on the other side of the house. Most of the time, the particular bedroom that's facing towards the inside would be of a smaller, more compact size. But for this particular development, I would say that all the room size are quite decent. And for a 3-bedder premium, of course, here comes the premium part. Number 1, your master bedroom actually has a walk-in wardrobe. So it saves you a lot of corridor space. You don't have to account for any like corridor. And then you have an L-shaped wardrobe to play with before you head into your master bath. Then the other portion would be that for this particular guest room, it's either you can use it as a study, you can use it as a workstation, or you could bring down this wall. Do take note, this particular structural wall is actually outside of this room. Because sometimes the structural wall may be eating into like partial of the... It's a very awkward thing. It's like one forearm that you cannot hack and then it juts out nearing to the window, if you understand what I'm saying. But over here, you don't have that issue, which means that you can actually remove this entire area. This could be your entire walk-in wardrobe. I don't know. This could be your entire master bedroom size. So there's a lot of flexibility that the developer wants the consumer to have. Then you have the 3rd bedroom, which is the more regular squarish size. All the bedrooms definitely can fit in a queen size bed at least. Then you have this combined portrait living dining together with a balcony. Size-wise, I think it's quite efficient because you don't want to end up having 1,002 square feet for a 3-bedder plus premium. End up, the balcony extends all the way from your living to your bedroom plus the guest room. Then much of the space will be allocated to the balcony. So this type of layout, I would say, is really efficient. So once you come in, the kitchen is actually right at the corner. The only thing that you need to know is that you can't hang down the kitchen. That means you can't shift the kitchen position, which means what I'm saying is that you cannot hack it. Like the location of where the kitchen is pretty much fixed and there's no flexibility of, you want a bigger kitchen, can knock down the bathroom because it's impossible for you to bring down this bathroom. It's quite essential as a second bath. Yeah, so this is something that you need to note. But good thing is that you do have a home shelter that is not eating into any of your livable space inside here. Then all this bomb shelter, your yard and your WC is nicely tucked away towards the end of the house. Okay, last but not least, take a look at the bathroom. For this 3-bedder premium, unfortunately, they only have like one master bath with a window. The other one would need to rely on internal ventilation. Then again, you see, actually the 2-bedder plus study has a better bathroom configuration given that you have both windows in the bath. Alright, so this is the quantum that we are talking about. If let's say you are looking at 2007 odd kind of PSF for this particular size, just now was 1,000 square feet, right? Let's do again. if let's say the PSF is going to hit about 2007 plus a 1200, to this one 3-beta premium maybe will cross the 3M mark. Probably will cross the 3M mark, but not too sure how high, depending on how high you are. Okay, let's see the stack analysis. Usually for premium units, developer would give a better facing, so let's see where the better facing are. Okay, so there is only one particular stack which is in block 71. This in stack 9. Facing wise is internally towards Science Park. So then again, you want to see what is going on internally, like, okay, you're facing towards Science Park. Right across us, there should be a DSO National Laboratories. Let's take a look at the Google Maps and then see how nice of a view that would be. I think this DSO is not too high of a level. From here, it looks like maybe a 6 to 7 story high building. So if let's say you want something that is unblocked, you probably need a clearance of minimally, 10 and above. And if let's say you're really high up, you might see the sea view. Yeah? Anyway, nowadays the show flat, they're very smart one. They got some AI drone thingy. You can put yourself at level 1, level 10, level 20, level 25, and then go and see what kind of view. They flew the drone there already, so that you know in advance what kind of view that you'll be expecting. Right, last but not least, let's take a look at the biggest floor plate that they have here, which is the 4-beta premium. Size-wise is 1006. Let's say we are using a PSF of 26. Just increase a little bit from Bloomsbury, and then plus into taking into account that the AC latch will be calculated, right? 1006 square feet for 4-beta is about $4 million. Should cross the 4 million if nothing goes wrong. Yep, this is the kind of quantum that we are dealing with all our new launches now. Okay, the 4-beta layout. First thing first, it comes with a private lift. Yes, it should have, because it's the biggest layout, 4-beta. Then, the layout-wise is a little bit different from majority of the new launches. Most of the time, kitchen are usually tucked at one corner, like the 3-beta. But over here, we see this trail. Kitchen, dining, living. They are like together, which is good because it offers a lot of flexibility in terms of your idea, in terms of your design, in terms of your preference. At least you have a bigger floor plate to explore redesigning what you want in your main hosting or main living area. So there is an open concept kitchen, on which I believe there will be some sliding door that's going to be provided. This seems to be, this is the fridge, so big. I think there will be a 2-door fridge, maybe. The fridge looks big. Then you have a counter, you have an island over here. So it's going to be good for hosting. If let's say you're someone that likes to impress your guests with your cooking, like a performance, then your guests will all be sitting here. You can like invite them for fine dining, and then like they can do the cooking over here. This kind of layout for combined living dinings is usually much preferred for unit type that are more premium. That being said, would be like 3-beta premium, 4-beta premium, and then for 5-beta, because there's a lot of people in the house. If let's say you are looking at 4 or 5-beta, you don't want to be dealing with like a portrait layout. It's sometimes very awkward to have the TV too close to your sofa. So at least this part of it, you have a huge square inclusive of the balcony to re-explore having your gatherings. Then of course, if it comes with a private lift, you will have a back door. So the back door is actually this side of it, which is quite unique because sometimes, most of the time, the yard door is supposed to be tucked inside of the kitchen. Like you walk all the way into your kitchen, then somehow you will see a door. But over here, the door seems to be, it's a bit funny because you in your living room, then you see a door here, then you think like, actually, like, is it like another entrance over here? But you have a home shelter here, which is good. That's essential for bigger floor plate unit. There is also a separate area for the yard and WC. So there's a lot of playroom that you want to do in this portion because you already have a home shelter. This whole entire place could be a helper's room as well. Then again, most of the time, close eye, the yard, the helper room, utility, they should be inside the kitchen somewhere somehow, but they kind of separate this out, which I thought it was a very refreshing idea and refreshing design to have in nowadays context. All right, let's take a look at the 4 bedrooms. 2 of them are facing towards the front. So if you have a higher clearance, maybe you will see the forest. Usually for the biggest floor plate unit, the developer would give us the best view. So in our context, this would be as according to the developer best view that they can get. Okay, let's see again what kind of view we're having. I think it's essentially the same as the 3-bedder premium. So you're probably facing here and then looking across. If you have a higher clearance, you probably will see some forest, some trees. Then if you're higher up, you will see the sea. Okay, so out of the 4 bedroom, I think it's very well distributed. Out of 4 bedrooms, you have 2 master room. One would be the grand master room, which is the biggest, of course. Then you have a junior master, which is over here. So facing wise, you realize that you have 2 different facing to deal with. One will be towards the front, which is where the DSO is facing. Then the other side of it, let's take a look. Where would the other bedrooms be facing? So the other bedrooms will be facing this portion. You have Syntec here. The next residential unit is quite far away. So I guess if you have a certain clearance in terms of height, you will technically get quite unblocked views on the site. But there will be some, because it's facing the east, so there probably will be some morning sun coming in from this direction or from this direction. Okay, let's take a look at the biggest room here. See a bathtub? No? Okay, no bathtub. Bathtub is out of trend already. Okay, one is the furthest room that you can find over here. Then there's a walk-in wardrobe followed by the master bedroom. Size-wise, I would think that it's quite generous in terms of your walking area as compared to your usual common bedrooms. Because usually after you place your bed, you probably may have like this walking space. Probably may have this like walking space. But over here, I think you can put one yoga mat here, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Agree. Yes. Okay, then let's see the junior master. Junior master, size-wise, it seems pretty similar to the rest of the common bedrooms. Just that the additional perks would be that it comes with an attached bath. So if let's say you are looking for this to be a multi-gen home, this could be for one of your elderly parents because they would need their own bathroom. Then the 2 other common bedroom are very interesting because like they are both facing different sides. One will be facing towards the DSO, the Harper Villa, the sea side. Then the other one will be facing the east portion. So there's a lot of different variation of rooms and views for you to explore. Okay, last but not least, let's take a look at the bathrooms. 4 bed, 3 baths. Where are the bathrooms? Okay, this one got window, good. This one got window, good. This one got window, good. So actually the 4-bedder premium and the 2-bedder plus study seems to me is something that kind of compromise. Alright, so I think I have touched on pretty much a lot of things already. So welcome to LyndenWoods. Let me know if you have like any thoughts about this particular area, or you have already been to the Genio. Is it worth going? Is it really very crowded? So there's a lot of transformation ongoing. If you take a look at the entire master plan, so off and on, you should go and like see it. So this is the entire of the 1 North area. There's pretty much very little residential, which is why there's such a pent-up demand, in my opinion, in this entire transformation. There's still quite a number of orange sites subjected to planning, which is good because the government is always trying to promote like a work-live-play kind of estate such that it's self-sustaining. Alright, so if you are a parent thinking about confirming and plotting the future of your kids from primary 1 onwards, this is the good location. Okay, MRT have already, malls have already. Okay, that one no brainer. We start from primary school. So primary school, we can send them to Fairfield. Then you go straight to Fairfield Methodist Secondary School. Then, okay, if your kid very smart, okay, then you want to go to the JC route. Then you go to the ACJC. Then, after JC, go where? Go NUS. So, this is LyndenWoods. There's a total of 343 residential units, of which this is going to TOP in 2029. The launch is supposed to be in June. So, if let's say you're not going anywhere, holiday for overseas, June holiday, then we can arrange to go down to the show flat. If you have any questions with regards to your current portfolio, you're thinking, is this the time to do some restructuring? Yeah, we got some link below, then you can sign up for our consultation there. But if not, that's the end of our new launch studio review. And till again, I will see you again. Bye! Something to know about Kent Ridge is that I find that their trees are very mature. The kind of moisture levels. You need a lot of thirsty hippo.